Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemically Bonded. Let's go ahead and continue. Streaming through the windows, the remainder of the morning sunlight coats the class with a warm glow, as the seconds count down to the day's lunch break. Apathy, as always, plentiful as the abstract absurdity of today's topic, is hardly absorbed into the crowd of bored students. Even Kyoko, fiddling around with her pencil, doesn't really seem to care all that much about advanced aeronautics. Well, class, we'll catch up with this tomorrow. Feel free to have an early lunch on me.
What? Really?
Ignoring the girl's comments, the teacher continues tidying his desk as the class lets loose in a lackadaisical state. With the clattering sounds of others packing up for lunch around me, my own thoughts fill a space in my head as I ponder over the events of yesterday. Naomi. Her invitation to the gym, her pretty face furnished by the evening sun, each strand of her flourishing in the light. It really is a tempting offer. Showing up wouldn't hurt. Seeing as, with a quick glance, Kyoko seems occupied with her own lunchtime activities, it's not like I have anything better to do. Merging with the remainder of the class, slowly shifting out towards the doors, I make my way past several desks one by one.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Only to be stopped by Kyoko. Where do you think I'm going?
Wait. I haven't got time for your questions. We were supposed to have lunch.
Since when did we agree on that?
Since now?
But we don't normally eat lunch together.
Well, maybe we should start.
Peering to the side, Kyoko's face flushes into a rosy shade. The sides of her cheeks catching the midday sun as she bites her lip, before quickly looking back towards me as if nothing had really happened. Still, as she glances back towards me, it's clear enough that she's waiting for a response. I shouldn't tease her. Yet, as vague as they were, I can't go back on my plans with Naomi. Standing there like that, nervously fidgeting around with her hair, almost pouting with puppy dog eyes, it really is hard to lie to her. Knowing that the bonds between them have healed, both having a desire to rekindle their previous passions, telling her I'm spending time with Naomi surely won't be that bad. In the end, maybe it's what she wants. Kyoko, I'm sorry, but I've already got plans for lunch. I'm going to meet Naomi in the gym. You really don't know how hard it is to turn you down. After all, she's still cute. Getting to spend lunch with her would have been a dream not so long ago.
That's fine.
Returning my words with a smile, Kyoko rests her arms by her side before continuing to pack her bag. It's as Naomi said, Kyoko really seems fine with it. Turning back to me, her hair ruffling her cheeks from the movement of her neck, Kyoko gives me a brief moment to glance at her cute aura. She stands idle in the moment.
You're interested in athletics?
Well, not really. I just think I could be a little fitter, you know? Kyoko takes a moment to absorb my words, resting her finger against her lips as she ponders briefly under the now warm sunlight as midday quickly passes. Her cheeks softly glowing pink as she resumes her gaze on me, resting her arms by her side as she smiles once again.
Well, you better not join the athletics team. You have responsibilities as vice captain of the club.
Vice Captain? Since when?
When you joined. There were only 2 of us, after all. That, and some people on the athletics team aren't all that nice.
Trailing off into sadness, Kyoko lowers her head in what seems to be an attempt to conceal her face. Yet from her, it's still all too evident that her time on the athletics team has as many bad memories as the good. As her glassy eyes remain grounded to the floor, lips pursed in a frown, the feeling to speak up wells inside me. But Naomi's nice, right? Despite having lived under a misconception, 2 broken hearts miles apart, the truths of Naomi's intentions are finally out there. They're friends again.
She is. I'm glad we can all be friends together. All 3 of us. So, thank you.
What did I even do?
You know what you did.
As true as it is, their own feelings played the biggest part in bringing them back together. I can't take responsibility for that. Ending her words with a smile, Kyoko looks back towards me with a blush. It's a nice sight, one which I can appreciate.
But you have to come to the club later, okay?
Shyly peering away, Kyuko's blush deepens to further contrast her usual smooth, pale skin. My attendance record is quite good. I've only missed 1, right?
But 1's still too many. Still, I guess it's okay. I trust you to come. We're friends, right?
With yet another smile, her complimentary blush now less pronounced, Kyoko looks towards me in anticipation of my answer. Of course, there's only one I can give her. Right. So why would I want to miss it? Of course I'll come.
You better. I was happy when you first joined.
Anyway, I should probably be off.
Have fun. I'll see you later.
Leaving behind Kyoko with a mutual pair of smiles, I make my way out into the corridor. Weaving through the sprawls of people hanging around the school in the midst of the lunch break, my path takes me further towards the gym as I head down several sets of stairs. As I pass by occupied classrooms, groups of students eagerly taking the small slice of free time they have to chat, it's interesting to listen to the sound of school life. Compared to the tranquility of after school, it really is quite a ruckus. Emerging out of the tranquility of the outside world, the warm embrace of nature firmly behind me, I walk into the gym with a skip in my step as I scout around for Naomi. The typical smell of sweat fragrant in the air as the sounds of those still training bounce out the walls and around the hall. It's a different environment to that of the bustling corridors, but still lively in its own unique way. Catching a glimpse of her auburn hair as she runs across the hall, our eyes make contact as we return a mutual pair of smiles.
Surprise!
It's not really a surprise when you ran up to me beforehand, is it?
Who said that was my surprise? Wow, you really are an idiot.
Thanks. I'm going to take that as sarcasm.
No, it was a compliment.
Anyway, so if slamming your palms into my eyes wasn't your surprise, what exactly do you want to show me?
This!
A moment of silence passing, I look back towards Naomi as she bats a gleeful smile. Something I can't exactly return with my mind full of nothing but confusion. What?
Me, you idiots! You're going to watch me train!
Thought you wanted me to train.
Oh, that? I wasn't being too serious.
So you tricked me then.
What? It's not like you can't learn anything from watching me, right? Isn't observation something you do in science?
But I'm not a scientist.
But you're in the science club! Hey, are you really going to argue about watching me get all hot and bothered?
You could phrase that differently. But I'm not going to argue. It would be nice to watch.
Do you really want to train all that much? You can race against me if you want.
I don't think that'll end well for me.
What are you? A scaredy cat or something?
That wasn't very nice. Lining herself up on the track, Naomi looks back with a smile, beckoning me over with a cheek I've come to expect. Fine. I'll start the count. Working my way beside her, I place my feet against the line firmly, taking one last look at her smug face before returning my eyes to the track. 3, 2,
1, go!
ah! Sprinting ahead in a flurry, the image of Naomi gets smaller and smaller as she races her way down the track, flaunting her sneakers and a brazen act of valor as they smack against the track. Barely managing to keep her in my sight, a small crowd lines the side of the track as we make our way around the gym. An audience, albeit unwelcomed, engrossed in awe of the girl that is Naomi, their idol. Me? I'm just some guy to them. You know, I think you should have been the one expelled for cheating. But to her, I'm her friend.
Looks like I'm not the only thing you can't catch. Why don't you slow down?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Further progressing around the ring, our audience slowly dying off as Naomi slows to a stop. Standing at the finish line and flaunting her typical smug grin, the brushes her flowing hair aside as her warm smile shifts to a look of disgust, the classic bait and switch.
Wow, it really took you that long?
Almost bowing at her feet, my back arched over as I continue to regain my breath. All I can do is scout towards her as her brash attitude stays firm. The girl on her podium and the oaf at her knees.
Ew!
What?
Just look at you. You're all...
Hot and bothered?
Yeah, there's a water fountain in the locker room. Just go use that.
If you say so, Your Majesty. Heading off in the direction of the changing rooms, the image of Naomi disappears from my sight as the sounds of idle chatter resonate out from the odd groups scattered around the gym. It's certainly a spectacle to see the track star take on some average Joe. I can't help but feel embarrassed for doing such a thing. But it was fun. Splashing a handful of water against my face, having already drank a decent amount to cool me down, the tranquility of the locker room surrounds me as my eyes dart around the room. Seeing it so empty is certainly a new experience compared to the ruckus found before a typical gym class. A commit lays strewn around the room, across the benches and in the few loose lockers as my eyes continue to dart around. The entire experience topped off with an even more pronounced waft of stereotypical gym scents. Staying stuck in my moments of thought, the sounds of the doors opening behind me break through the silence as they clash with those of my own breathing. Right now, I really don't have the energy to deal with anyone like Ken. So I continue to mind my own business as I go back to take yet another sip from the water fountain.
Hi.
Slapping me hard on the back, water comes flying out of my mouth as I turn to face what's apparently Naomi in a state of shock. Drenched in a splash of water as it fell against my clothes like rain. Just what are you...
Calm down.
Stifled by her hand against my mouth, my eyes remain fixed in hers as she peers back with a sense of embarrassment.
Skip the next lesson with me. What?
What? Letting go of my face, my voice resonates around the small room as Naomi's blush fills her up yet again.
I said calm down.
How can I be calm when you just sprang out of nowhere?
Because.
Pushing me down against one of the benches, my back lands hard against the metal of the locker doors as Naomi glares down towards me, with her blush in full bloom. She's embarrassed?
I wanted to ask you something.
Couldn't you ask me outside?
I said shut up!
No, you didn't.
Well, shut up and let me talk.
Okay then. Naomi, now hovering above me with an embarrassed pout strewn across her face, bats her eyes away as her breath gets harsher. Signs of nervousness spring out from within her as silence encapsulates us in the barren room.
I can't describe how happy I am. You helped me out with Kyoko. Being around her, being around you, it's really fun. Even if you are a bit of an ass. But still, I really like you. Will you go out with me?
With a flustered look, Naomi once again keeps her eyes completely away from my direction as her breath gets harsher in a newfound moment of silence. A heavy one at that. Part of me wants to think it's a joke, but with her blush getting ever deeper, the reality quickly begins to sink in. My own heart, beating heavy, only gets captured in her trance as her words bounce around my mind. You want me to be your boyfriend?
Do you have to be so blunt about it?
You were the one who asked. Yet, with her anger flows out her inner sheepishness from within, the girly side of Naomi I relish in seeing her real self. Knowing she's developed these feelings puts my own into question. I think I've developed them too. Without her, maybe I'd still be stuck without a direction to follow. Stuck without a purpose. Having her company, it's really made me happy. Okay. Standing up from the bench, I turn to face Naomi as she locks her eyes upon me. A distinct difference to her previously avoidant behavior.
What do you mean?
I mean, yes. I'll go out with you.
Thank you.
In a flash, a warmth meets my mouth as my world is encompassed by Naomi's fragrance. The smell of sweat mixed in with her peach-scented shampoo, now right under my nose as the reality of her actions hits me. The slight moist of her lips pressed against mine as I look down on her eyes, now closed as she wraps her hands around me. A kiss. Breaking away briefly, Naomi peers towards me, a true look of happiness in her eyes, as the lips that were just against mine curl up in a smile.
I didn't expect things to go so smoothly.
What? Did you think I'd reject you?
Well, that thought was there, but I really do love you.
Pressing her lips against mine once again, Naomi's warmth flows through my body as she holds herself against me. Breaking herself away yet again, Naomi tugs against the zipper of her jacket as she slowly unsheathes herself from her clothes. Wait, isn't it a bit too soon for this?
That? No wonder you're such a pervert! This is the girls' changing room, you idiot!
What? Looking towards me more quizzically than embarrassed, Naomi's eyes lock into mine for a single moment as she continues to undress right before my eyes. Seeing her like this only makes my heart beat even faster than before. My girlfriend, Naomi, right before my eyes.
Didn't you see the sign?
Of course I didn't. All of her now in my sights, it takes a saint not to relish her beauty. Her athletic body is now as accentuated by her more than prominent features.
Stop looking at my breasts.
What's the change in attitude? You were just embarrassed minutes ago.
What's the point in being embarrassed now? You're going to see them eventually.
Taking yet another look over her while I can, her athletic body glistens softly as the light from above hits her skin. Her spats still cling to her lower half as she slowly digs her fingers beneath them. You're taking them off?
No, you idiot! It's called a joke! You really do get worked up, don't you? Get out of here before someone else comes in.
Alright. Good things end too soon.
I thought you were here to join this side.